If this tier was a pizza, and this pizza had a flavor, it probably wouldn't be cheese. It could be pepperoni, because I really do like pepperoni a lot. I know a lot of people that like pepperoni too. Probably wouldn't be a Supreme. It would probably be the Krusty Krab pizza, because that is in fact the pizza for you and me. A close second would probably be pepperoni from Costco, because oh my god, those pizzas are so good. Anyways, this is a U match. I don't know, call whatever pizza you want. We got a match against Rowland521. The only weird thing I'm noticing right here, topping so to speak, is the Yuxi, which is the lead one. You know, that kind of thing with the stealth rocks and the T-wave and whatnot. At least that's what I'm expecting at this time, so I was like, whatever. I saw Yuxi, I was like, I can probably set up on it if it's a stealth rocker. So, I lead off in my Chandelure, happens to be my sub-split one, so I was like, I'm just going to sub up on the first turn. He's not going to want to stay in, risk taking a Shadow Ball just on the off chance that I'm Scarfed or anything of the sort. You know how that thing works. Just going to end up going for the Pain Split right here. Admittedly, I probably could have gone for the Shadow Ball or that kind of thing. I don't know why it brought me down to that. I don't know why it only brought him down to 300. That doesn't really make sense to me. I thought it was going to bring him down to 262, but hey, I guess I just don't really know Pain Split's mechanics. So he roars me out into Honchkrow. I actually do not like that at all. I can't OHKO him from that range at all. That's a Scarf Honchkrow. So I decided to go into my Kingdra. Those of you that have been watching my videos for at least a couple months know this Kingdra does its job. It is a fantastic creature that graces this pokey earth and sky. But he's going to summon some meteors to do his thing, and I'm noticing that it really doesn't take it all that well, so it's like, alright, should I even attempt risking the critical hit on this one? I am -1 at this point, you know, because of the specs and whatnot, so I was like, maybe, and I'm guessing he doesn't really want to risk me, like, staying in and going for it again, / potentially getting a crit. But I don't get it on that one, spoiler, so it's like, okay, you know, a critical hit is like 12%, no, 12 or 6, I think it's 12%, or it's 6, it's probably 6%, and I'm just fucking around. It's like 6.25 or 12.5, I get a lot of these numbers mixed up, but it's something really low that normally doesn't happen too often, but when it does this boom boom is great. It is fantastic. But we have our situation here where Chandelure is in against Yuxi, so it's like, you know what, I'll just rinse and repeat, why the hell not? So just gonna go ahead and set up another, okay, no, I guess I'm not doing that. I guess I did in fact expect Suicune to come in, and I might as well go for a Shadow Ball, and I don't know why I didn't go for the Shadow Ball. Actually, looking at it, I only did about 120, and Pain Split did like 100 anyway, so I guess all in all it really didn't matter. I got some HP out of it, so I guess I can quit beating myself up over that. Anyway, he ends up going for the rest, expecting to take another Shadow Ball, which he could have comfortably, might I add. So it's like, Anyways, moving right along, I'm sure you guys are familiar with what a Sleeping Suicune does and what my Kingdra does. Sleeping Suicune being 100% on the defensive and unable to scratch my Kingdra, just sits there and takes hits and basically rests him off, does that whole shebang. You guys are very familiar with this, but I have faith in my Kingdra and that it does its job absolutely well, and that is being a sniper, because Swift Swim is no longer a thing it can do. But it turns out that I don't kill him on this one, so he's gonna rest all the way back up to full, and wouldn't you know it, before you know it,
it's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
the worst part about that whole ordeal is I'm not even sorry that happened. But I figure I might as well go for another Dragon Pulse. See if I'm 2 for 2. Use the Hex Gods. No, it's not going to happen. Spoilers. You know, going for that many Dragon Pulses, you're not going to get 2 crits in a row. It's very, very, very rare for that to happen. And it doesn't happen this time. So I figure I need Sleep Fodder as well. So I might as well just get off a nice chunk with this thing and just leave it in a Sleep Fodder. But I do want Sleep Fodder so I can bring in my Chandelure safely. Which is like, okay, we'll do that. He actually predicts me very nicely. Decides to make a double out into his... well, is it? Yeah, it's double. So he just brings in this thing and takes me out the Shadow Ball. So I originally thought he was Scarfed, but then again it was like, oh wait, I am a modest Chandelure, so that actually doesn't end up mattering at all. So, and I'm going to my Cobalion because I am convinced that he is choiced somehow. I don't know how yet, but I was just like, he's not a regular attacking one. I didn't see Life Orb or anything like that. So I'll bring in my Cobalion, end up going for sub. This is a different kind of Cobalion. It's a special one, and by special I actually mean special because it is a Call Mining one. I don't know how I feel about this set yet. I feel like it just needs a lot of team support, and there's a lot of other things that do the job better. And it's just kind of one of those weird things. It's like, if you feel like using it, use it, but it's really not that good. It's still better than Special Weave Out. Remember when I tried doing that? Don't do that, kids. That's not a good idea. I just end up switching out here because it's not really a good matchup for me at all. Decide to go into my Claydol. I'm like, alright, I might as well try to get the rocks blown out of here, or at least make them think that. So I was like, okay. He's gonna think that, and he's gonna go into a Chandelure, and he's just gonna end up, you know, dying to an Earth Power from there. That was the game plan. But he either A, predicts my prediction, or B, just wants to go into Uxie for whatever freaking reason, and he ends up taking the Earth Power like it's nothing, because it actually is nothing. Either way, he could have taken the Psychic. I guess he probably thought it was gonna end up going for Psychic. Psychic or Rapid Spin were just fairly safe plays, you know, just to go into Uxie on that one anyway. But gonna go for the rocks right here because I know Uxie is really not gonna hurt at all whatsoever. So I was like, okay, might as well do that. He'll just end up going for the U-turn right here. Now I have to pick what move I want to go for. I don't know if I want to predict a switch and end up going for the Earth Power or the Psychic. I know he's just... I have to predict what's going to come in. So I figure if he wants to go into a Chandelure now, predicting my Rapid Spin, I'm going to go for the Earth Power. Because that's the only reason I have Claydol here, to Rapid Spin. If I wanted a different ground type, there are many other options. I probably would have brought Rhyperior if I didn't need a Rapid Spin, or if Stealth Rocks weren't a thing. But no, they are a thing, and that's why I brought Claydol. But gonna go for the Psychic. It doesn't even take him out. Oh, God, you guys are right. Claydol does suck. Ugh. Okay, I don't even know why I'm convinced that it'll do anything otherwise. I just like the typing, and... the fact that it spins and it sets up rocks. It's pretty cool. But he rapid spun on the turn before, and he gets rid of rocks, and then this fucking thing comes in. This thing terrifies me. This thing scares the living hell out of me. Gonna go for a Bug Buzz, end up taking me out. I thought, okay, now I'm really screwed because I don't see Life Orb recoil right here. He is probably sashed, and if he is sashed, that's a problem. Fortunately, I have a Doggy just for the job. But I don't end up going for the Extreme Speed. I ended up going for the Flare Blitz because I'm obvious and I'm really stupid sometimes. But he goes into a Chandelure, and he makes a slightly unusual play on this next turn. Ends up going for the Trick, probably expecting to be faster or slower than me. I honestly don't know. Or maybe expecting the switch, expecting nothing to want to take a boosted Fire Blast. Turns out that would have been a Specs Fire Blast, but I end up going for a Crunch right here. And it turns out he just... yeah, so he ends up going for Shadow Ball on this one now that he has the freedom to switch up moves. I still think a Life Orb boosted Fire Blast maybe would have done more than a Life Orb Shadow Ball. I'm not 100% on that just because of the Flash Fire, but maybe that would have taken me out. I feel like that could have mattered in that scenario. Not that Doggy's work just really matters too much in the long run. I mean, I do get a Crunch off, which is nice, but actually, I think that might have mattered. Come to think of it. Just because I do get some prior damage off on the Uxie. This might come into play later. I'm not 100%. I don't remember this match 100%. But he's going to go into Yon Mega from here. And I'm like, alright, let's just go into Honchkrow and we'll just do a thing. So it's like maybe he'll expect me to sub on the Protect. And he'll just, you know, not go for Protect and try to attack me outright. Turns out that I guess that's what he does. He didn't go for Protect. I think he's a speed boosting variant. I think we saw it a little earlier. And it turns out this is a Scarf Honchkrow. I love Scarf Honchkrow. I will never go back to the Brave Bird Sucker Punching one. Just kidding. I probably will, but I just have way too much fun with this one. So I go for Brave Bird on that, and I go for a Brave Bird on the Uxie. I don't know if it would have taken it out at +1, but I'm just kind of going on a rampage from here, and it's really nice. Shit feels so good. So the prior damage that I got off on Uxie is a little bit important right here, just because I probably would have not have been able to live this Sucker Punch owing to the Brave Bird recoil, the extra Brave Bird recoil that I would have ended up taking from the extra amount of HP that was left on Uxie. And I lived this on 6, Also kind of important just because I have something to take out Amoongus now that my Chandelure is gone. And I take him out with a 6 HP Brave Bird. I don't even know how many boosts I got. I'm at like, what, +2? Not that it really matters. This is a Brave Bird coming from a Honchkrow. I don't think he would have been able to take it at full. This thing is scary. Anyways, that was the game. I had a lot of fun with that one. Did I have anything left? I think I had a Sleeping Kingdra, so I guess I maybe could have pulled weight against the Amoongus. I'm not 100% on that, don't quote me on it. But Honchkrow definitely pulled some weight, and Kingdra was a very nice honorable mention. He's done better in past videos. You guys have probably seen that one. If not, I'll link it in the description or whatever. Anyways, that was the thing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you're more than welcome to leave a like rating, comment, and subscribe, and do your thing. And for those of you that actually kind of miss out on stuff that I do, I have social networks in the description that I am on. Like, there are a lot of people that have Twitter that are not aware that I have a Twitter, that ask me if I have a Twitter. I do. I have a Twitter. I have a Facebook. I have a Tumblr. I have an alternate channel that I post on very rarely. And I also have my live streaming thing. They can all be found on my channel or in the description below. That is a thing I figured I would take the time to remind you guys that I do that from time to time. So, Spiral ended last week. I gotta think about what LP I'm gonna do next after that. So it'll probably be around a week or two before I have episodes to upload for you guys. Other than that, it's just gonna be battles and TCGO this week. So, fun times. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.